I'm Yuza. I'm the mechanic at Venom Motorsports. And today we have with us the EX19 200. We're going to learn how to assemble it. This is a tutorial, so you don't have to read the manual. We're going to assemble this bike. This is how we deliver it to your home. This is a pretty simple bike to assemble. It's very, very practical. It comes almost, I think it's like 90% assembled. So I think you really can't mess it up at all. Very easy and straightforward to put together. This one's really easy, super easy to handle. It's one of my absolute favorites because it doesn't take much time or effort. We hope this video will be really short. Well, it absolutely has to be really short. This bike really isn't complicated at all to assemble, making it a breeze for anyone. Remember, we always have to keep things clean and organized. I'm going to move this over here. Now, we're going to carefully break open the metal crate. For this particular task, we definitely need our 14mm socket, and this is the crucial part where we meticulously take off all the necessary bolts. On the back, there's a nut. This one's a 13mm, or perhaps a 12, but if it's 3, they're most likely 13mm. I usually just take them off by hand, but maybe with shipping, the crate might shift a bit and the bolts could get significantly tighter. So it's a very good idea to have the 13mm handy and readily available. You put it on the other side, and with the drill, well, more specifically, with the impact driver, you take it off, and it's much, much easier. This is just in case something like that happens, providing a quick solution. Over here, there are 2 more bolts. We take those off too, ensuring everything is loose. We're going to remove all the bolts, every single one. I like to break open the crate from the top, but sometimes it's also a good idea to start from the bottom, depending on the situation. There are about, I don't know how many bolts exactly, but it's not hard. It's not a big deal at all. You just have to take them out carefully and patiently. Now we're going to lift the crate. So I'm going to skip ahead in the video so you don't have to watch the whole tedious process, so you don't have to see me taking out every single bolt from the crate, which would be quite repetitive. Basically, you just do the same thing I just showed for every spot where there's a bolt, so there's no point in showing it all again. I'm going to take out all the bolts and then I'll show you how to lift the crate the right and proper way. Alright. I've already taken out all the bolts that were needed. It's going to come out more or less with these 4 metal bars and these 4 supports. These are the ones that go on the bottom, so we need to make sure to recycle them, to take them somewhere where they can be properly disposed of, and that's it. We take them to the recycling center, so for now I'm just going to leave the camera like this. I think it's getting a bit windy, so I'm going to move them and we'll lift the box. Okay, now it's time to lift the box. I usually lift it almost always from the front, like around here, to make sure I don't scratch anything. We don't want any scratches on our new bike, so let's lift it carefully. Also, make sure that if you can, have gloves handy. I'm going to look for mine. Actually, I don't even understand why I didn't do this from the start. I should have done this job with gloves from the beginning. Well, I'm going to use my driving gloves for now. You need to be careful. You should remember that rust isn't exactly dangerous, but it is harmful. So you have to be a little careful with that, because we don't want to get hurt or anything. And well, a rust infection can be a bit dangerous. So, yeah, we also don't want to get cut or anything like that. You have to lift it carefully, and again, it's not nice on you. Once it is fully and completely set up and in its proper place, it truly looks exceptionally good, and I am genuinely pleased with its overall aesthetic appeal and visual presentation. I am now carefully considering and thoughtfully contemplating the idea of placing it on the opposite side. Yes, I firmly believe that particular placement would indeed be significantly better and more advantageous for its optimal presentation, improved functionality, and overall visual balance within the space. I think for me, the first thing I like to do is remove this bar here, because sometimes it can also be a bit rusty, like that one. So it can be dangerous to work with. To remove this, we're going to need a size 22 socket. And you have to be careful so that it doesn't. First, so we don't cut ourselves, and second, so the washer we have here doesn't fall off. Number 22, use a 22 socket and these usually come like that. Sometimes the part of the fork or I don't remember what the other part is called, but this part here can be a bit tight, so just in case, I'm also going to show how to loosen it a bit. Sometimes they come like that straight from the factory, and obviously they need a bit of extra torque because they're new bikes. So it's normal, there's no problem with that. It's just a little extra adjustment you should expect. I have just cut this, and I am now using this particular tool to carefully remove the Z from this specific location here. Hopefully, it is clearly visible to you, although I don't really think it is at this moment, so let's just proceed to remove this completely. I like how it comes. Everything is really well protected like this. This way we won't. No, I don't. We won't. It doesn't come scratched. The legs are really well taken care of. That's good. I like it. You do the same with the other one. Since okay, I'm going to leave you for now. Okay, here's the tape here. This right here is our windshield, so it's really well protected. It's got all the wrap, everything we need. Well, so it's well covered if it comes with double protection. I'm going to leave a piece on. You guys can take it off completely if you want, but since a customer is coming to pick this one up, we want to hand it over brand new. I usually cut it like this and just leave the front part with the wrap, with all of this so they find it like that. But, well, you guys can take it off if you want. I'll leave some spaces here for you already, because these are the bases for the mirrors. So, you have to leave the space open to have access to them and be able to assemble. So, that's how it's going to look. That's how I'm going to leave it, but you can take everything off if you want. Whenever I take off the protective plastics, I really like to look at them and wow, they have a lot of style, really good style. In the next step, we're going to use our number 6 wrench. It's an Allen key. And to remove, well, this is a socket, but normally it's an L-shaped wrench or whatever. I like to use it this way because it's faster to remove these screws here and to put on the clip. Well, it's essentially the handlebar, and what we basically do is take it off and then put it back on using the drill. It's my favorite step. It's the easiest part. It fell. And you should definitely put them on a little bit slowly and carefully, because if we do it too fast, the delicate thread, the string, could potentially break quite easily. Now just tighten it a bit on the other side. We also torque it a little, and that's it, all good. Simple, very simple, and on the other side, well, it's the same. I'm not going to explain tools or anything here, because... Oh, no! Oh, bye. Oh, you too. Okay. Because, okay, I think now we absolutely have to carefully put on the windshield, which is a crucial component for visibility and safety. I'm going to meticulously raise this particular component, perhaps a part of the vehicle structure or another related element, a bit more to achieve the optimal height and clearance for the next steps in our assembly process. I think I was just about to start with this particular task, but I completely forgot that in order to properly put on the windshield, you definitely need the side mirrors. So, here we are going to meticulously look for our specific spots, the precise locations where we intend to place them. Normally, these items typically come in this particular pre-packaged form, requiring minimal preparation. You simply have to carefully cut them here at home, in your own residence, as that is precisely where all the necessary components and instructions are provided for your convenience and ease of use. From this particular angle, the remaining ankles don't appear to have much definition or prominence. I genuinely think it bears a striking resemblance to a stomp bike, perhaps due to its unique shape or texture. Overall, it truly looks quite good, presenting a pleasing aesthetic. Indeed, it looks remarkably good, exceeding initial expectations with its visual appeal. Open this one. I think the box is a bit beat up, but... well, the important thing is that the stuff inside is okay. So now we'll see how good of a condition everything is in. Hopefully, everything turns out fine. Okay. Oh, the screws fell out. Well, it doesn't matter. Nothing happened to these. Wow. Nope, nothing happened to them. I thought that since the box was a bit beat up, but it's good that they're well protected. Nice. Okay. Good. Well, it looks like the box was a little beat up, but just a bit. But the important thing isn't the box itself, it's just cardboard. What matters is what's inside. And, well, the mirrors arrived safely. Aw, here are all the things we need. We won't be using these nuts because it already has its own thread. Well, its own threading for its own screw thread. So we're just going to skip those. Okay, so now we're going to take our windshield. We're going to put it here. There's a base, a little base in the middle of this so that it sits and doesn't fall over. So we can leave it like that, but we have to be careful because if we move it too much, it might fall. Okay, for this we're only going to need this one, which is 5 millimeters, and it's an Allen key. You can see here, Allen. Where's the 5? There's the 5. And, well, a screw. We're going to need 4 screws, but mainly just one for now. This one has its pressure washer. And this piece of rubber. It's so that with the vibration, it doesn't come loose or anything. Here on this part of the mirror, it shows the location of which side each mirror goes on. So this is the right. It's for the right side. If we stand in front of the bike, this is where the arc goes. So we put this here, and we also have to make sure this has a special shape here. This part that's a bit more separated always goes on the top side. So basically, it goes in this position, not like this. If you do it like this, it'll end up backwards. So, everything's falling apart on me. The microphone turned off. More technical problems. I don't know how long I've been talking like this, but well, good thing artificial intelligence helps us with this. Well, I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to put it like this. Where's the 5? Here's the 5. I'm going to use the 5. You can use whatever tool you want, as long as it's the right one for this. It doesn't have to be with a ratchet or whatever. You can also use what's it called? A ratchet, a wrench, something, well, more basic, but that does the same job. Actually, this one isn't even one of the best, so, well, right now I'm using it for convenience, but later on we'll have some better ones. For now I leave things like this, because if I tighten it too much, it might get misaligned on the other side and not be in a good position. So I'll have to loosen the previous mirror again, and well, we want to avoid that. It's better to get it right in one go, but that's how it has to be done. Again, with this side facing up. No, actually, like this. Like this. This side goes up. I am going to carefully place this object right here. I think I'm going to loosen this a bit. Yeah, now it's more flexible. Nice. Okay, that's all I needed. Nice. Now we just need to torque it a bit, and we're good to go. This, it almost always looks kind of backwards, but that's the idea. We tighten it, give it a turn, and now it's in its normal position. I'm going to tighten this a bit more. Oh, remember, you shouldn't tighten these parts too much because, well, they're mostly made of some kind of, not plastic, but they can get damaged pretty easily, so you have to be careful with them. We don't want problems in the future. Done. And can you see the mirrors? They look good. They look good. The battery is down there, and we're going to put it in right now. So, the battery goes here, under the seat, but we also have to remember that we need to remove this plastic. I think the audio is going to be quite different now because I have already connected the external microphone. But anyway, I am going to carefully move this a little bit so it can be seen much more clearly there. We remove the seat. Here is where the battery base will go. I think it looks better from this side. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now let's get our battery. I've already cut the, what are they called? The C-type clamps that were holding the battery. The battery comes like this. It comes with this bag. So, goodbye bag. I mean, the buy box. Let's put it here. You know, red goes with red, black with black. Nice. It goes like this. Let's find this there. For this, I always like to use a Phillips, a crosshead screwdriver. Well, that's it. We just connect the negative to the negative. It's important to remember that you should always try to connect the negative first before the positive. And then we put the washer, the ring, right here. Like this. Easy. This is the cap. This is... I feel like if this video lasts 20 minutes, maybe. No, it's going to be longer than 20 minutes, but this is really easy to put on. This bike is really easy to assemble, to install. Oh look, the switch was open. Okay. Our switch was open and that's how it will look. How humiliating. Now, we have our strap right here, and I would really like to make it a little bit more flexible so that it is not so incredibly stiff when you actually pull it and use it. So, I will start from the very top, carefully place it there, and then gently pull it a little bit, firmly pressing it down. And at the bottom, it conveniently has another identical base, just like it, to securely put it in. So, I leave it like that. I think that's really quite good.
There is also the other one as well. And that's it. This way the battery doesn't move anymore. Okay, the next thing we have to do is remove this piece here. It's a cover. And that's it. So we can put the seat on and secure it with the screws. Oh, no. There. I'm going to put the seat on. The seat, I'm going to lower the camera. Let's go. Let's go. I think. Nah. Well, yeah, I'm going to take this off the seat so it's more visible. This screw is a number 4 Allen screw. I'll show the key in a moment. This goes here. I'm going to take the protector off the seat. And this seat here has a hole in this part. This one right here. So that's where our screw goes, right here. Once it's in place, it'll be completely secure. Like this. We just need to make sure we find the hole properly. Here you can't really see it that well because it's a bit dark and the bike is black, but now you know exactly where it goes. I think I have the socket here. Here it is. It's number 4, 4 millimeters. We put it here and that's it. Done. And now we're going to put the cover back on. This cover that we took off, we put it back on again. Here, you need to apply a bit of pressure at the back and make sure. I'm going to take it off again. It has 3 pins, this one, and this one here. Those fit into some holes right here. So, it's easy. We start with the one at the back, press it in, and this one goes like this. And that's it. Now, we just need to carefully find our specific screw. This particular screw is exactly the same as the one we previously put in this part right here. So, we will gently take it and put it into the hole right there, and that's all there is to it. Brake time equals 0.5s/. And on the side we're going to do exactly the same thing and well, that's basically all you have to do. It's very simple. For this, we just need to put a little gas in the tank and take it out of the cage. Well, we're going to break these wires here, but I'll show you how in a moment. But basically, it's ready. We just have to wait for a bit of gas, and then we'll start it up. Here, well, I'm not going to explain anything further at this point, as we have already thoroughly covered this process on the other side. We will simply proceed to repeat the exact same step once more. And that is essentially all there is to it. Hey, is it ready? This is the other one. Done. Nice. These almost always come with these little rubber pieces. These are for, well, they're just kind of decorative. We put them here to cover our screws. And that's it. That's their only purpose. Right now, at this very moment in time, we are observing the situation closely and continuously. I'll be right back. Nice. Okay, it has gas now. And now we're going to start it. It might take a few tries to get it started, but, well, it doesn't matter. I put in about a quarter tank of gas, so if it doesn't want to start right away, that's normal. It needs the gas to flow down and fill the carburetor's fuel chamber. So it naturally takes a little bit of time. The very same automatic choke system it inherently has. It truly needs to take in some ambient air and then carefully pull the necessary gasoline inside, so it's all perfectly good. It's completely normal if it doesn't quite start on the very first try. It's already fast. Nice. But if something like that happens, it's not really that unusual for it to happen. I like it. This bike is really beautiful. We have another model that's a bit more powerful called Boom, which looks just like this one, but for a beginner, this one's great. Or for a short trip. I don't know, it's like, with $10 you could go all the way to China. I'm just kidding, no, but they're also really economical when it comes to gas. Another thing I like about these is that they come with a carbon fiber exhaust. That I don't know if they already ordered it like that or if this is an accessory, but it's a detail that I really like. So now we're going to lower it. The important thing is, I always try to leave this cable and the other one over here for last, so the bike doesn't fall, because I think at this point it loses a bit more control. So now, I'm going to show you how to take it out of the cage. And, well, I think that would be the final step. Basically, that's all you have to do with this baby right here. Okay, I'm going to cut it for you. Alright, I'm going to zoom in a bit there. And that's it. These got in the way. It's easier. Here in this part, I almost always make sure to hold the top part. Like I put my hand here and work only with one hand on the bottom part. That way I can keep the bike balanced a bit. Similarly, If we were to carefully remove a supporting cable from the right side, for instance, from the right or perhaps the left, whichever the case may be, it is certainly going to lean significantly toward the completely opposite side. So, well, you just need to keep a bit of balance. But it's not something dangerous. It's not that it's not dangerous. It's more like if you do it carefully, everything will be fine. So, basically, you just have to remove that and it'll be free. Done. Now, I'm going to carefully and slowly put down the stand, the sturdy and reliable kickstand, right here on the ground. For now it won't move much, but you shouldn't leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this because I want to adjust the camera, but at this point it's a bit unstable, so it could fall. So, I just want to adjust the camera, the angle, and I think here we'll be fine. Okay? I lift this one. Usually, I like to start it up, give it some gas, and let the bike move and go on its own, but not. Well, I don't recommend that for people who aren't used to doing this kind of thing. So, I'm just going to lift it and push it a little myself. I'm going to move this one. And, well, that's all you have to do with this one. This one's really nice, really nice. And that's it. Hope this is helpful for you all. Yeah, all Venom Motorsports. Yeah. Bye. Okay, I forgot. Quick note. I mentioned earlier that these need a small adjustment here. Again, we're going to have to use our 22mm socket. This one here, 22mm. We remove the bolt. Well, actually, we don't remove it. It's fine like that. Usually, this one comes standard. There are times when it might come a bit tighter. You need a special wrench to be able to loose dash.